Let's talk about new songs. What have you been doing? Have you been prolific? Or has it been difficult?
Yeah, no. I found it really hard to concentrate for a while, so I'm sort of excited that I know where I want to take the next album, and starting to write at the moment, just getting an idea for how I think it all should sound as a whole, and really excited about the new stuff.
Is it going to be a different sound?
I still have a pretty consistent way of writing, and I have a pretty big string, and you can tell it's a song when I've started writing it. Like, I can tell it's my song that I've started with the piano pieces and everything, but I think that it may be a tiny bit different, just different life experiences to talk about. So maybe a bit darker in some songs, and just, I don't know, we'll see.
When you say the process of writing a song, where do you start?
Personally, every single song's completely different, but I tend to compose a piece of music first, write the piano piece, and then maybe I'll leave it there for like a month, and then there'll be about 6 other different piano pieces, and decide, okay, if I figure if it sticks with me, then it's a good idea. If it doesn't, then it's not any good anyway, and I didn't remember it.
So, you know, where you talk about just starting with the music, some of those big songs that you had from the last album, did any of them have, you know, stranger titles? Or different lyrics to what they ended up with?
Born to Try was pretty... Born to Try. This is like...
It wasn't I Like Holden's or...
No. It was... that was a definite name, like, just jumped at us and just said, I think the audience and I started thinking, Born to Try. Okay, that sounds good.
We'll eat pies. No, that's not good.
No. Walking along, see the sky. No, I tend to... Innocent Eyes had like a few different names for a while there.
It used to be Innocent Pies as well.
No, what were they?
That was just a rhyme.
Those Innocent Pies.
There was like, I think, you know, whether we were calling it Faith in Innocent Eyes or what we were going to call it, or whether we had a Dada line in there. I don't know.
Have people been sending you songs?
People don't so much send them at the moment because they know that I'm pretty much either I'll write it or I'll go and co-write it with somebody. And co-writing is a funny thing because you can have so many different ideas, and now it's wonderful because I can go to them and say, you know, this is exactly really how I think we should sound, and I get to work with these amazing people and take on their different ideas.
Stick around, there's more with Merrick Rosso on Delta next.
The aria goes to...
Delta Goodrem.
Delta Goodrem.
Delta Goodrem.
I'm lost without you. I keep trying to find my way.
Merrick Rosso chatting with Delta Goodrem.
Seems I'm losing my impression.
You were saying before, you know, the next album might reflect some of the darker moments that you've gone through in your life lately. How have you found, in terms of music and writing, have you used music as more of an outlet over the last, 6 months or so?
Absolutely.
And how have you found that? How has your writing changed over that period?
I don't know. I think we'll have to wait until I finish this. I'm really excited to start a new album. It's like creating a whole new picture, a whole new sort of painting that you're about to paint and put together, and it's really exciting. But I think it'll just be different things to talk about. I mean, now that I think about it, Innocent Eyes has been out for a year, so I was working on it the year before that, and it's kind of been a long time. So there's been lots of songs in the meantime. Like, I keep writing. I write quite a lot. But it's just a matter of making sure that I just make the best album to date. And
there's certainly what you've gone through and what you're still going through. It must have changed your perspective on life.
Absolutely, because I think everybody has a different way of expressing themselves, and some people write novels, or some people just talk about it, or some people, everyone has a different way. They go for a jog at the gym, and I tend to go to the piano and write and play as much as I can and write about it through that.
Now, Delta, I know that you'd probably appreciate your fans' response to your music, but has there been anybody in the industry, a musician or anything like that, that's completely dumbfounded when they've told you how much they enjoy your music?
Yeah, there's been so much support, and seriously, like, I can't begin to say from, like I said a few times, like, just the Australian public, my fans, and have been amazing, like, really overwhelming. And in regards to artists that have said about my music and been really supportive, like Elton John was somebody that I was really taken back when he sort of called me up and said, "No, well done on your album, it's going really well, and it's great over here." And that was someone I went,
How did Elton ring you? Does he ring through management, or does he just get your home phone number?
It's a good point. I might take that up.
It's Elton for you.
Stop eating that casserole. Elton's on the phone. He's a sir.
Yeah, no, I think it's just through my record company. Yeah.
So,
or the other person that was really I ran into when I was over in America, Pat from Train.
Oh yeah.
It was a really bizarre moment because Calling All Angels was like my song. It was like the song I've listened to for the past ages and just listened to. And I was at the Grammys, and he just walked up and said, "Delta," and I said, "Hi, Pat, and he sort of said, I was out in Australia and we got the album and I'm really loving music, and we had a good old chat about it, and that was really it was really special. I said, well, actually, I really love your songs. And
what about nice. Lars from Metallica?
Can't say it's my favourite, but
maybe he'll give you a call one day.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Hey, Dilla, it's Lars.
Then my music's really taken a dark turn. We know she's gone through a tough time, but not this time.
Dilla's got tattoos and everything now.
You don't, do you?
No.
What are your long-term goals? Where do you want to see yourself in a few years and long-term as well?
Still just travelling the world, doing my music and performing lots. I just can't wait to tour, to tell you the truth. I just want to get out and do some live performances.
Will that be after the next album comes out, or before?
Yeah, hopefully before a little bit, but I'm probably guessing after the next album comes out. And then just getting out and performing for people, because I've really missed out on that. I felt like I haven't got to do that a lot. And doing lots of live performances in the future and just keep writing albums.
How many countries has the record been released in? Heaps?
I just started to release in different countries. I just kind of released in Europe and stuff, so I haven't been back there to promote it. But it's been doing really well. It's sold 1.5 million or so in Europe, and it's doing okay. And it got to #2 in England, and it's Spain. It's just started, and
will you be doing
Germany,
any other
7 or something?
Any Spanish versions of Innocent Eyes, or
not Innocent Eyes, but we're doing a Spanish version of Born to Try.
Oh, good one!
Wow,
because they've been really responsive and it started to do really well. They said, we'd like to go the second single because they did Lost Without You first.
Have you practiced that yet?
I don't think I'm doing that great at the moment.
Can we have a listen? Go on, give us a listen.
I'm like this close to wanting to say it, but I'm just not even going to try right this second.
You've been listening to the Merrick Rosso Show. For stubby holders and other crap products, go to merrickanrosso.com.